Okay, part 2. So, second movie we saw on this glorious Tuesday night. Atomic Blonde. It was so good.
It was more than I
really, really, really liked it. It was so good. Another comic book movie.
I liked it, but admittedly, I'm the first to admit I'm not a huge action fan. Like, that's not my thing. I appreciate it, and it's mindless. I'm just gonna put it that way. Action movies are mindless. However, this one was really good, because it was basically a female James Bond movie.
Basically. Like, I saw a thing, and I totally agree with it, that there was a review that said, well, it's an empty shell that's just pretty, and Charlize Theron just kicks the shit out of guys and makes out with women. Like that's a negative thing. Like, that's not the movie I'm looking for. And it's not an empty shell at all.
It's not.
There's lots going on.
Honestly, like, because I read that too. Mm-hmm. Honestly, after reading that review, I found the movie a little disappointing. Not in the, I'm sorry I saw this, I was just expecting more brutal beating up of men and killing men. And there wasn't enough for me. I'm like, give me more.
The one scene in particular, though, there's a one-take fight scene in a stairwell.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing. She does all her own stunts.
Besides the ending, best part of the film.
Yeah.
Not,
oh god.
Bars none.
Brutal. I winced every time someone, like, hit a door or she fell down some stairs and, like, oh my god. Oh my god.
I just sat there going, like, fuck me up!
Seriously. And there's one scene, this was actually partly in the trailer, so this isn't really spoilers, but, she beats up, like, 8 guys with a garden hose, and it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, she did all her own stunt work, all her own fighting in this movie, and it just really, really shows. Like,
yeah.
It's really good. Like, the aesthetic is awesome. The cinematography is really pretty.
It didn't, like, I didn't even know it was from a comic book or anything.
Graphic novel.
Graphic novel. Yeah. So it's like, it really adapted well, I guess. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but it's like, a lot of comic book and graphic novel films, you can kind of feel it. So it's like, I didn't feel that at all with this, which I'm kind of like, sweet.
I read somewhere, this may be incorrect, but I read somewhere that this character, Atomic Blonde, exists in the same universe as John Wick. Ooh. And so, I have not seen John Wick yet.
No.
We will. I have both of them. We need to watch them sometime. Or, no, I don't have the second one yet. It's not out yet. Anyway, point is, if that's the case, I don't even care. They need to be in a movie together kicking ass. Yeah. Not as a couple, just they need to be kicking ass together. It keeps you guessing.
You will think that you know.
I thought I had it figured out 20 minutes in.
And then you don't.
You don't.
And then you're like, oh, when you think they tell you, and then no.
No, it keeps going. Right up until the very last shot of the movie.
Yep. You don't know shit.
None of us know anything.
No.
Also, John Goodman's in this movie.
Yes.
He's pretty good. He has a minor role.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's good. So.
Yeah. I mean,
James McAvoy.
When is John Goodman not good?
He's really good.
He's a good actor.
James McAvoy was pretty cool. He was kind of off the wall. One kid gets, like, totally beat to death with a skateboard. Like, this movie is brutal.
It is brutal. Like,
it's rated R.
It's like a war.
Yeah.
Like, Cold War era kind
espionage,
of bullshit.
Like, I originally thought it was set in the 60s, and then it opens with, the Berlin Wall fell in 1989.
That was also part of the thing. I don't do war movies, like, at all. Like, there's a few that I'm like, you get a pass. So I think that kind of took me out of it a bit, too, is when I realized, it's a war film. Like, it's not about the war, but it's like it takes place during a war, so it has that kind of undertone and feel to it, and I'm not all about that. Like, it just...
But it more focused on the protesting going on in Berlin against the wall and for reunification of Berlin and Germany, so...
Sounded super familiar, didn't it?
Mr. Like, Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Like, not only that, but the moment they were talking about, like, the protests, I was just like, huh.
It felt very timely.
Yeah.
Like, I even remarked at one point, like, there was a huge protest going on, like, gigantic.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, that looks like the aerial pictures from the Women's March in January. And it did.
It did. But no, the music was great. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish there was more of it. Yeah. The acting was phenomenal. Visually stunning.
The action's really good.
Yeah, it was good. Like, it's not my thing, but it's like, it was good.
And I was completely hyped for this movie, like, from the second the poster came out.
Yeah, she's been talking about it forever, and literally, I had no fucking clue what it was. I was just like, I saw partial trailers, but I pretty much went in blind. I'm just like, she might have told me. I don't know.
I basically said it was a spy movie starring Charlize Theron, and that her character was confirmed bisexual.
Yeah,
so
I knew that part. So I knew enough.
And her character is bi.
Yeah.
They don't say it in so many words in the movie, but it has been confirmed by the filmmakers and by Charlize herself. So.
Yeah.
I love Sophia's character, Delphine. She was cool, and everybody was just really cool.
Although she kind of got the bubble treatment.
Yeah. This kind of... That's my one big problem with the movie, even though I really liked it. It does fall into the bury your gaze category, because they kill off Delphine in a pretty violent scene. Although from what I had read, because people have been warning people about this, because of course, this comes before spoilers. Like, if you were triggered by this, you should not go see this movie. But from the way they initially described it, I was like, does she not even fight back? I was under the impression that she was a really important character, and she is. She's an agent for French intelligence. Yeah. So she has fighting skills. She's just new. She's been her first assignment.
Yeah, this is her first assignment.
So just like, she's a little naive, but she has the skills. So she does actually fight back and gets a fight scene, but that doesn't make it okay, obviously.
She's in her underwear.
Yeah, she's in her underwear and gets strangled by a man on her bed, and then they cut back to her dead body like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I just...
it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, even though, like, you know... And I'm not saying this to excuse it at all, but I was thinking about this morning before we went to go see the movie. This is a problem with the genre. The genre has a problem with killing off female love interests. Unfortunately, this is kind of a double whammy, because you're killing off a female love interest who is the love interest of another woman, and they're both queer. So it's like... That doesn't make it okay, but it's also a problem that needs to be addressed in the genre as a whole. Like, it's not like this movie is an outlier per se. It kind of is, because again, they're both queer, but this needs to be talked about in the genre. I've never seen a Bond movie, but someone let me know how many Bond girls get killed off.
I saw a Bond movie, but fuck if I remember anything. Again, see, action just is not my thing. I watch it for I watch it for entertainment value, because I mean, it's loud, it's...
This is probably why we've never... Well, have you seen any of the Fast and the Furious movies?
Yeah, I've seen, like, the first 3.
I've seen none of them.
I've seen the first 3. I saw the first Triple X film, like, I couldn't tell you anything about them.
Like, I feel like we enjoy action more when it's combined with some other genre. Yeah. Like sci-fi action.
Yeah. That's definitely it, because I'm like, just straight action, like, you know, Bond and stuff is just, it's just big and loud. And, you know, it's fun, it's an adrenaline rush, but it doesn't leave any impression, at least not on me. And I know lots of people are, like, really in love with that genre, and I'm like, that's fine.
That's totally fine.
That's totally fine.
I'm just kind of picky with mine, but this one I really, really liked. Like, this had me, like, grabbing the edge of my seat going, oh my god, she's gonna die! Like, you know, things like that. Like, it felt very visceral in a way, and the car crashes totally did, too. I gasped at one point. Like, there's a point where a car... I think they blow it up, or it gets shot or something.
Oh, lots of shit happens to cars.
It, like, spins up like this on its bumper and, like, starts spinning off camera. And it was just a really cool shot. Like, I have to know if they did practical effects on this, because that looked really cool.
I definitely think that it needs another viewing. I think now, like, having seen it and now knowing, you know, it takes place during a war, it has that kind of, like, undertone to it, and, like, you know, now knowing more about it, I think I'll be able to enjoy it more. And instead of going in and being like, well, fuck me. But, yeah. But so, I mean, it was good. I definitely suggest to go see it if you can, before it leaves theaters forever.
People, I need to stress this. This just came out on Friday. The same day. This is Tuesday now. It came out on Friday, the 28th, I think. The Emoji Movie came out the same day, and the Emoji Movie is #1 at the box office.
Fuck the Emoji Movie!
Why are you all going to see the Emoji Movie?
It's so bad. Patrick Stewart cannot save that film.
Nothing can save that movie.
Nothing can save that movie.
It went from a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes to 3 to 6. Stop giving it money. Stop. They will think people like it. Take your kids to something else. Please. And then you go see Atomic Blonde. Don't take your kids to Atomic Blonde.
Don't take your kids to Atomic Blonde. Oh my god.
I don't even know if you should take your kids to Valerian. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, you could. There's
It's not that bad.
No.
It's PG-13.
It's sci-fi violence.
Yeah. Anyway, Atomic Blonde was awesome. I loved it. I think it's going to be one of my top 10s of the year. Or in my top 10 of the year. Top 10s.
Tens.
So many movies. I really, really liked it. If your genre is like spy stuff, if you love seeing Charlize Theron kick ass and you have missed her since
If
Mad
you
Max
just want to
Fury
see
Road,
dudes die.
so many dudes die. Unfortunately, a lesbian dies too.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, but just bear that in mind when you go in to see it.
Yep.
And we will hopefully be back soon with some more movies. I don't know what's coming out. Oh, The Glass Castle's coming out.
Castle.
The Bodyguard is coming out in a couple weeks. That looks hilarious. I don't even care if it's horrible.
I'm
I want to go
excited.
see it.
I want to go see the Churchill movie or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's a Winston Churchill movie coming out in
Gary
November.
Oldman's playing Winston
Didn't
Churchill.
look like him. From the director of Pride and Prejudice, and I leaned over to her during the trailer and I sarcastically said, "Do you think they're going for an Oscar with this one?" And then it said, "Oh, coming out in November," and I was like, "Yep,
They're going
comes
for
out
the
in peak
Oscar.
Oscar season." Maybe does Gary Oldman have Oscars? I don't know,
I don't think so.
but who
Maybe
knows?
he will now.
Maybe this one will get him it. I mean, who knows?
So
But
yeah.
we liked the movies. Kind of. Go see some movies, and we'll be back soon.